Black Ops 3's first DLC released 3,000 days ago on February 2nd, 2016, and its new Zombies map immediately became an instant classic. Today, we're revisiting that instant classic to find out what exactly made it so special. This instant classic's name is Eisendrache. Alright, here we are. I have not played Eisendrache since I made my Prestige Master video, and I've gotta say, even though I did not have the greatest time with this map in that video, it is good to be back. So normally in these videos, I'm just kind of chilling and playing the map pretty casually, but I think for this video, I'm gonna do something a little different. Today, I want to try and go for the Master Archer achievement by getting all 4 upgraded bows in a single game. And before you ask, no, I'm not going to try the German pronunciation because I will embarrass myself more than I already do with this channel, but I'll put the actual name of the achievement in German in captions below. Basically, all you have to do is upgrade all 4 bows in a single game. I have upgraded every bow before this, but never in a single game for whatever reason. Well, I say for whatever reason, this map doesn't really force you to, and there's really not a whole lot of reason to use anything other than the lightning bow. Although personally, I am a wolf bow enjoyer. Statistically, the lightning bow is very obviously the best of the bunch. But I've upgraded them all before, I guess just never in a single game. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And it starts by getting the regular bow. And to get that regular bow, we're gonna have to open that door right here and this door right here. We can pick up a shield part, activate a Wonder Sphere landing pad, and we're gonna have to kill, I think, 8 zombies to feed this dragon right here. And it's round 4 and I only have an MR6, so why don't we hit the box? Ooh, an RPK. Yeah, we might hold on to that for the rest of the game. If you guys didn't know, and I didn't know this until rewatching Rizzo's Origins retrospective, but part of the reason that Panzer Soldats are so powerful is that they resist a lot of the most powerful weapons in the game. You know, things like the Dingo and such. But for whatever reason, the RPK does not have any of those damage resistances to the Panzer. So the RPK is just an absolute beast against those guys. So I'm gonna hold on to this thing for possibly the rest of the game, we'll see. And you know, for as strong a map as Eisendrache is, the first however many rounds at the beginning are just doing this. Not exactly a whole lot of action going on. But we got him, and we're gonna kill these guys so I can pick up that nuke. So now that that's done, we can open another door, and another door, which will lead us to the power switch. We can go ahead and teleport one of the pack-a-punches, activate another landing pad, and over here we can pick up a shield part. And we have another dragon right here. So let's go ahead and feed that dragon. That should be all of them. Yeah, there we go. So now we can go down another flight of stairs, another 2 flights of stairs. And while we wait for them all to respawn down here, we can start turning these on. See if I can get a peek of a shield part anywhere. Yep, I see it. Hi, I'm being slapped. And I'm realizing now that I have not bought Quick Revive or Juggernog, so that slapping could have gone very, very poorly for me. So once we fill up this dragon, I think we'll go get both of those. Oh, we got it. Nice. And that is a nice max ammo, not gonna lie. But right now, I think I'm gonna teleport this second pap piece, pick up Jug, and we can pick up Quick Revive. Now that I have the extra health, I can stand on these without the zombie killing me, or he just won't make it all the way over here. That works too. So I'm just gonna take that shield part. I'm gonna try to anyway, and we can go ahead and pick up our bow. So that's step 1 of the Master Archer achievement. The second is actually getting all of the upgrades. And I think we're gonna start out with the easiest of the bunch to get, and that is the lightning bow. And we start by shooting that thing and picking up an arrow, and then we need to shoot these pyres outside of the map. That was the first one, and this one right here is the second one. If I can hit it. Hey, I got that one. Third time's the charm. The third one is behind this door. If we take the teleporter in this room, we can activate another landing pad and find the pyre right here. There we go. Now, before we leave this area, I would like to try and get a Ragnarok part. To get that Ragnarok part, we need to wait for this rocket here to blast off, hit this lever, and wait in that room. I guess we're just gonna kind of wait until this is ready to go then. And there we go. This lever right here is gonna open up and flop down. We can need to flip it up. We need to make it in this room before the door closes. And then once all of these lights are green, we're gonna flip that lever and it will spawn right into the teleporter. And I gotta tell you, couldn't have got a better drop for this van insta-kill. It didn't last as long as I hoped, but it's fine. We got our parts. We can go ahead and take the Wonder Sphere back to the main area of the map. Oh, and this is exactly what we were waiting for. We need 0 gravity for step 2, which is running over all of these little pads on the wall. Hopefully it lasts long enough for me to get all of them, because it is a pain waiting for the 0 gravity to come back. But we got him. Let's go. We got very lucky there. So up next, we have 3 little urns around the map. They were spewing lightning to indicate this is part of the lightning bow, and all we need to do is fill them with zombie souls. And we need to fill it with the bow specifically. Once it's full, draw back the bow, and we need to shoot these pyres around the map once more. We got that one. There's another one right here. And rather annoyingly, the last one is back down at the rocket test site, so we are gonna have to spend more money to get back there. But it's a pretty easy step all in all. Okay, this one is done. I'm gonna go ahead and open this, and I'm gonna pray I can hit this on the first try, because this is kind of a pain to do over and over again. Ah, just short. We can try again, though. Let's try that. There we go. And we'll Wonder Sphere down to the rocket site. We have our urn right here, and we have our first zombie right here. Ooh, and that's done. Let's pick up this death machine and thin the herd a little bit. Or end the round. Not quite what I had in mind, but it'll do. Nice. So now all we need to do is head back to this area right here, interact with this cloud of smoke, watch it rise up to the wind direction signal thing, that probably has a name, and pick up our reforged arrow. Now I'm intentionally trying to not kill any zombies here, although that's gonna not work out for me, because the last thing we need to do is interact with this box right here and fill up another soul box. There we go. So we interact with it again. And there we go, 1 of 4 done. That right there is a lightning bow, and despite my differences with it, it is a very beautiful bow. It's a very beautiful bow that we are going to leave right there so we can start working on the other 3. So we'll pick up a new Wrath of the Ancients. And you know, Pack-a-Punch is still at the rocket pad, and we're getting close to Panzer Round. So we're gonna activate this Death Ray to get another Ragnarok part. We'll run that way to pick up a double tap, and then while we're down at the rocket test site, we can Pack-a-Punch and start working on the Wolf Bow. And there's our Ragnarok part, so we'll pick up a double tap, get ourselves the second piece of the Ragnarok, and we're gonna be 1 grand away from Pack-a-Punching, but that is perfectly fine. We'll just kill a few zombies down here, and look at that, we have the money to Pack-a-Punch. Hello, R115 Resonator. And to start this, we should just need to shoot that flag. It does not appear to have worked. I think I might have forgot a step. Hold on.
A few minutes later.
I am a dumbass. The first step is the poster step, not the shooting the flag. I'm so dumb. This is my favorite bow, and immediately I forget how it's upgraded. Oh, and I don't even have enough money to get back to here. Oh, you know what? I have anywhere but here. It's fine. There we go. Oh, and here's our first poster. Look at that. It's almost like I planned it. Speaking of plans, let's see if our RPK theory is... Oh my god, he's already dead. Oh my god. That was 40 shots. It's so angry. I know it's Pack-a-Punched and has double tap, but it's so angry. I was expecting it to be good, but that's comical. Holy shit. Anyway, we're gonna need to open this door to get to our second poster. You know, I'm realizing now I'm calling them posters. They're not posters, they're oil paintings. This is a castle from a time when posters did not exist. These are beautiful works of art. And this is the third of those beautiful works of art. Which means that the fourth is gonna be right here. Okay, so now we need to go down back to the Undercroft, and out of this wall is our broken arrow. And now we can go back to the rocket pad, and then we can shoot this flag. I think I missed. There we go. I was about to say, I didn't forget all the steps, just the first one. And in my defense, this is the only one of the four that starts with you not getting the broken arrow. You have to do the weird poster step first, which I never quite understood. Like, they all start with you collecting a broken arrow, except for this one, for some reason. Can I anywhere but here out of here? I can, let's go. So now that we're back here, we can walk back to this bony boy, give him his head back, and that will spawn his actual fucking ghost. Again, this is a Call of Duty game. You know, modern military shooter is somewhat attempting to be realistic, and here I am with Ghost Luna. And I'm just following him. He's gonna find more bones. And now that he has found his bones, I need to fill those bones with souls. Again, this is Call of Duty. I'm holding a bow and arrow, filling bones with souls for this ghost dog. Anyway, souls. Okay, that's done. We need to interact with that, I think. Or maybe he just went and did it anyway. I don't know. Okay, now we need to interact with it. Yep, I remember. And we're gonna follow him again. And at this new location, we are going to do the exact same thing. There we go. Now I'm gonna try and pick up a cheeky gobblegum while I'm here. Yeah, I'll take that. Perfect. I'll just get the nuke right now, pick that up, and follow him to the final spot, which is right here in front of the pile of scrap that is not Pack-a-Punch. You know, while I'm down here, I'm gonna try and build the Ragnaroks. Normally not where I would build them, but I don't think it really matters where you build them, because you pick them up once and then you're done. Normally I build them by the Void Bow spot, which is, I think, gonna be the next bow we do, because once this one is done, which it is, all we're gonna have to do is pick up this skull, watch him paw at the wall, and ooh, you know, we got 0 gravity. We can do this right now. We just need a wall run, shoot this, watch a platform appear. Okay. Hi. And now that we've shot that, we just need to land on the platform, interact. And this Skelly boy is gonna give us our reforged arrow. And they just kind of chill there, don't they? Oh. Well, this is awkward. Anyway, same thing as last time. Fill up the soul box. Why didn't that one count? What the fuck? Am I doing this too fast? The soul boxes here have always been kind of strange. I notice they never really work unless they're at the bottom of these stairs. So like you can kill a zombie right here within spitting distance of the soul box and it just won't count. But if they're like all the way over here and you kill them, it will. It's very odd. I don't know why they did it this way, but I do find it rather annoying. And that's done. There we go. Look at you. That right there is a beautiful bow. And it's a beautiful bow that, just like the lightning bow, I am going to ignore. Because right now, I think it's time we get the void bow. So we can start on the void bow by shooting this thing here and picking up the arrow it drops. And now we run over here and we need to get a knife kill over that square. Hi. You know, I'm pretty sure we can use the shield. No. Maybe. Well, we can't use it if it breaks, so that is not ideal. So we'll pick up a new shield, and I guess we'll try again. It didn't work. The waffle guide was wrong. What do? Well, I guess we're gonna have to buy a Bowie knife. Now, I believe I'm correct in saying the Bowie knife damage transfers to the arrow. You know, we're gonna make a crawler. We are gonna need crawlers later, but I'm trying to make a crawler now so I can actually get a knife kill a little bit easier. Yeah, we're just gonna walk by all of you, or most of you. Oh, you don't have an arm. Perfect. Die. He's not dying. All right, fine. Oh, I can't kill anything. This is a gong show. What is happening? Oh my god. I didn't want to lunge there, but it's fine. And you know, this is perfect because I'm pretty sure they're going to start going after crawlers. Oh, wait, no. He's not going to do that yet. We need to pick up heads. There are 6 heads, like this guy, scattered around the map. So that was 1 head, and this one right here is the 2nd. This guy is the 3rd. Right here is the 4th. And we're gonna have to teleport to get to the 5th, which is on the back of this truck right here. And we can Wonder Sphere all the way back to open this door and pick up the 6th one. And you know, we might as well pick up a Mule Kick while we're here, because I am gonna want a 3rd gun at some point here. Okay, so now we need crawlers. Ow. Yeah, look at that. There's 1. And I'm realizing now that all the crawlers I got have either bled out entirely or are gonna respawn as normal guys, which is deeply unfortunate for me because now we have to go another round. So I think the smart way to do this is gonna be train them out here, and then once we have a full horde, we'll grenade them and bring them in there. All right, come one, come all to the crawler show. The main attraction is you. Oh, you know, I can use the bow to make crawlers because it's such a high round. Yeah, look at that. Door. Griffin. Stag. So now we need to kill zombies, and they're going to drop symbols like that one, and they are going to correspond with symbols that I'm going to find in a bit. So our unvoiced demonic presence said door, griffin, stag, and that corresponds to these knights here, and if we interact we see a symbol and a door. So our door is these 3 triangles, our griffin is whatever that is, and our stag is that guy. Ooh, hello Panzer. Oh my god, the RPK is still disgusting. That should not be allowed. How did they never patch this? That is ridiculous. Anyway, we need to collect the symbols that correspond with those 3 names, and then we're gonna enter them in right here. And I can see I have 1. I need that one, and also that one. And there's 1 of the guys I need. So if one of you can go ahead and drop that symbol. There it is. So now we just need to get to the end of the round so I can enter those in correctly. And I think we're there. So it's these triangles, this thing, and this other thing. What do you think, buddy? That is his name. So you should explode and give me my reforged arrow? Question mark? Do I need to interact? Yes, I had to give it the arrow. Okay, cool. And there it gives me the reforged arrow. And just like last time, we need to place our arrow right here and fill up the soul box. And there we go. Oh, and we got a nuke. That's so helpful, game. I'm trapped. I have a double points. And I have a void bow, just like I drew it up. And by just like I drew it up, I mean I'm leaving it there again, because now I need to pick up the Wrath of the Ancients once again and get the worst bow of the bunch, which is the fire bow. I say it's the worst of the bunch because it's really hard to get because I aim like Stevie Wonder, but the first part we need to do, shoot this wall right here and pick up the arrow. Let's just in plain sight out of here. I don't like anything happening here. So the first part of this already sucks. We need to be at the rocket test site, wait for it to go off, and then after it goes off, run out of here and shoot this thing right here. And the reason this sucks is that it's round 20, and I have an unupgraded bow, and that is partially my fault, but there are more steps that are gonna suck later on too. Well, at least I have a Gobblegum. And hey, I have Pack-a-Punch here too. Let's get an alternate ammo type. Why not? Yeah, Blast Furnace seems appropriate. So for right now, we're just going through the round and waiting for this rocket test site to go off. There we go. So now we just need to wait for that to finish and hit our target and not die in the process. I don't like that they're already spawning here. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I missed. I got it. Yeah, that timer is really generous, but this is the part that sucks. I need to hit the... Oh, well, they're not there yet. The part that sucks is I need to take the Wonder Spheres and hit these rings from the Wonder Spheres. And I got that Stevie Wonder aim, so I'm expecting to miss. But right now it's round 22. I think we're just gonna try and get through as much of the round as I can, because doing this mid-round is probably not gonna go well. And you know, that nuke would be nice for exactly that. Give me. So I'm looking at this guy right now, and he's not glowing. And from all my experience in doing this, he should be glowing. And yet, he's not glowing. Maybe I need to take the Wonder Sphere? Ah, yes. So they're just not glowing unless you're in the Wonder Sphere. Interesting. I got one. Is that the easiest one to get out of all three? By far? Perhaps. But I did get it. But can I get these others? I think I got that one. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, if I can go 3 for 3 here. No. But that was closer than it had any right to be. I will take 3 for 4. I don't think I hit that. I don't think I was close. Oh? Yo! One of those hit. I don't know which one, but it was one of them. Will my ego decide that I hit the first one so I can say that I went 3 for 3? Perhaps. Anyway, now that we're done with that, we need to fill them with souls. Hey, there we go. Right now, we need to go interact with a gear in this clock tower, which, upon activation, will reveal a symbol, which is that one. This one is still lit, and we need to shoot that into a fireplace, which has that symbol shown in the clock tower inside of it. And I'm gonna take a guess based on which one it is. Ooh, it's not that one. Does that mean it is this one? I can't quite tell. I'm going to assume so. So let's just do that. Okay, as you can see, we're just chaining shots together to try and get this into the fireplace. I'm starting to believe this is not the right fireplace. I don't think it is. All right, we're gonna have to flip around then, I guess. Yeah, these are so faint that I can't tell. I can see 2 arrow tails there. Beyond that, cannot see a thing. Ooh, and we got a Panzer. This Panzer does not realize that I still have an RPK. Dude, this thing is ridiculous. Friendship ended with the KRM. The RPK is my new best friend. So I'm just gonna thin out the round again so we can get back to work on our firebow. Okay, it would seem we've done it. My question is, what the hell am I gonna do about this firebow? Because you're still here and not going in there. Oh, I just need to shoot it. Okay. And you're not lit up anymore. Flip around? Maybe? Perhaps? Yeah, there we go. Well, the only one I haven't checked is in this church here. So if we do this... Yeah, there we go. And I believe all we have to do is interact with the giant fuck-off sun in the sky. It should be closer.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I need to interact with the fireplace and then go to the fuck off sun. So now I walk over here and you're much lower. So I assume what I'm doing here is I'm putting the arrow I just got into the sun and it's gonna go kaboom. And right here is the arrow. One more soul box. We know the drill. And we got a nuke. That's perfect. There's our fire bow. And here's the thing. I'm not going to pick that one up either, because first, I'm going to run all the way up here and grab a Kuda, and we're going to go ahead and Pack-a-Punch that Kuda. And now that we have Pack-a-Punched Kuda, we're going to get an AAT on it. Dead Wire is perfect, because we're going to try and get turned on our RPK. There we go. So now that I've done all that, I should have whatever bow I pick up be my Mule Kick weapon. And now here's the question. Which one am I going to pick up? Because here's the dirty little secret, alright? This is also preparation for Black Ops 3 level 1000. Because if you saw my Prestige Master video, you know that me and the Lightning Bow, we didn't really get along. I'm gonna have to use the Lightning Bow again to reach round 100. There is no getting around that. However, if I run into ammo problems, I'm gonna want to have a backup. And normally the wolf bow would be that backup. Normally it would be my main bow. Because I mean, look at that. I mean, look at this thing. Come on, that's sick. It's basically a thunder gun with way more ammo. Not quite as much range. You do need to have them fairly close. And you do have to wait for the arrow to draw back. So it's not the get out of jail free card that the actual thunder gun is. But if your comparison is the lightning bow, if you point the wolf bow at a zombie and shoot, it will kill it. None of this zombies walking through shots. Nah. The wolf bow is consistent, reliable damage. However, if we're talking wolf bow, we gotta talk drawbacks, which is not exactly an ideal weapon for camping. And while the wolf bow is my beloved, the strategy for round 100 in level 1000 is going to be camping at the top of the stairs here again. And while the wolf bow is a lot of things, ammo efficient is not one of them. When did this door open? I never opened that door. What the hell? Are those two doors linked? I don't think they are. When did that door? I never opened that door. Anyway, we'll have to drop down here, I guess. That's gonna make testing bows a bit more difficult because I did plan on actually getting to round 50 in this game, and I can't exactly close that door again. But if I decide to run a training strategy when the lightning bow is out of ammo, this could work. It's the bow I'm most familiar with. It's probably the best of the remaining 3 bows that aren't named the lightning bow. It's a nice change of pace for me mentally, because the hardest part of round 100 in any of these games is simply maintaining focus for 5 hours at a time. Especially if you're like me and every targeted advertisement you get on the internet is, hey, I think you have ADHD. And I mean, yeah, they're probably right. But for as much as I love the wolf bow, I gotta admit, it's not really a fit for what I'm doing. What might be a fit for what I'm doing is the void bow. The void bow is really interesting because it spawns these skull allies around you that damage the zombies in a similar-ish way to the lightning bow. And I forgot that door was open for some reason, so I can't really test what I'm trying to do here. But as far as function goes, I gotta admit the void is probably the most similar to the lightning bow. I just don't really know if it has the damage to function how I need it to for this strategy. And we have another Panzer spawning in. He barely even made it to the death array. My god. Am I even gonna be showing Panzer fights at this point? Like, he's a non-factor. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to test the void bow's function given that back door is open. And I was also a dumbass and opened this door, meaning I can't camp on the opposite side. Oh, and here's something I need to test. Do max ammos refill bows that are in their pedestal? I have no idea, but I left the wolf bow with 67 shots on purpose so I could test exactly this, and I can already see the void bow is not killing them as fast as I would need it to for this strategy. Although, to be honest, it's not terrible. In combination with my 2 AATs, it might be enough. But right now, while it's on my mind, does the wolf bow now have full ammo? It does not. Okay, so that means this strategy may not work the way I want it to, which is disappointing because I would have loved for max ammos to refill that. However, I can just wait to get an alchemical out of my gobblegum machine if I ever have ammo problems with the lightning bow, and effectively accomplish the same thing. So I probably will end up getting 2 bows regardless, but I can't say for certain one of them will be the void bow. It's a really cool bow. It just doesn't really handle groups as well as I need it to. And once we get rolling in these higher rounds, it's gonna need to be able to kill 24 zombies at a time pretty consistently and pretty quickly. And right now with a single shot, with multiple shots even, it's struggling to even kill 24. Assuming this is even 24 at a time, it's not quite. It's unfortunate. The void bow is really cool. It might be my least used bow in this entire game. Well, that's not true. It's actually, you're my least used. But the more and more I use the void bow, the more and more it starts to become my favorite. There's really not another weapon in the entirety of this series like it. Well, the lightning bow is good in every situation. The wolf bow is just kind of a perfect training weapon. The void bow is obviously a lot more niche. It struggles to find a place in the metagame, but it does have one. The fire bow, on the other hand, I'm not quite sure what it does. The lightning bow is an area of effect weapon, and even though it doesn't function quite how I want my area of effect weapons to function, it is statistically really powerful. The void bow is point and shoot, fire and forget, basically a thunder gun. The void bow is this sort of ally summoning tool. And then there's the fire bow, which kind of functions like the wolf bow, but just less efficiently. Like, I'm fairly certain a wolf bow would have killed all of them, and they would have died immediately instead of this cool animation, but it's kind of long. Visually, it's not all that different from the regular Wrath of the Ancients bow. Obviously a lot more powerful, and it does look better. You can tell one is the upgrade of the other, but as far as function goes, it's basically the same as the Wrath of the Ancients would be if you just stuck it in the Pack-a-Punch machine, which I'm not against, but I just don't really see a use for it. If you are a fire bow lover, please, in the comments, tell me what exactly I need to be doing to make this thing good, because I really struggle to find a good use for it. I mean, given the challenges you get with it, you would think it would be like the sniper equivalent of bows, because all of the fire bows challenges are centered around accuracy and aiming well, positioning to a lesser degree. Like, it's got cool animations and an upgrade process that's infuriating if you're not host. God forbid you if you're playing with a friend overseas or across the country, because anything over 50 milliseconds of ping with this thing, like, fucking forget it. But I mean, it's a fine bow. If you ranked every wonder weapon in the game based on stats, it would probably do really well. I just struggle to find any sort of identity with it. And I think a part of that problem might be our final bow. It's kind of impossible to talk about the bows on Horizon without also bringing up the stabs on Origins. And it's not the most fair comparison to make. A large part of the reason this comparison happens is simply because this was the second time we ever saw this formula, with the first, of course, being on Origins. But I am gonna make the Origins staff to bow comparison for this because there's really just no debates, in my opinion. The Origin staves are so much better functionally than the bows, and it's not because the ice staff is better than the lightning bow or anything like that. It's simply because all of them have a very strong identity. The ice staff is the strongest of the bunch by far, but it is also by far the hardest to use. It has a very high skill floor, but it rewards you with a very high skill ceiling. And on the opposite end of that, you have the lightning staff, which anyone can pick up and use very easily, but it will not carry you very far into the rounds. And then you have the wind staff, which as a base staff will make you very safe for the first 20 or so rounds of the game. And it's also the only staff that does infinite damage. The ice staff stops killing at I think around 115, 116 or so. The wind staff has no problem going forever with its charged shot. The problem is that the wind staff has the least ammo of the three and is by far the most cumbersome to get. I only ever get the wind staff if every single robot is right next to me. I'm not going out of my way to get it because I don't like waiting around and doing nothing, especially in a game like Black Ops 2 and 3 where you can't make crawlers. And then you have the fire staff, which is jack of all trades, master of none, and you can get it without really going very far out of your way. But on Horizon, if you have the option to get any staff you want, there's really no reason to get anything other than the lightning bow. It's the best for camping by far. You can train with it really well. It's probably the easiest of the four to get as well. It's the best for round 30 games, round 50 games, round 100 games. And while it can't take you to round 255, it can take you further than any other bow on the map. Round 255 is the round 100 strategy you do up there with the lightning bow, but with 3 AATs, which is kind of insane to actually pull off. But if your comparison is only the 4 bows, it's clearly the best of the 4 by far. The only reason you would get any of the other 4 is if you prefer training over camping, in which case you might want to get the wolf bow because it's just a little bit better for it, although you can definitely make do with the lightning bow. And the only reason you would get the void or fire bow is simply because you think it's cool. And they definitely are cool. Thematically, the void bow might be my favorite, but like it's so clearly obvious that the lightning bow is the best by far. You would lose a lot of this map if you removed the other 3 bows, but if every player could get a lightning bow in a 4-player lobby, I'm 99% certain that every player would. But if every player could get every staff on Origins, I think you would still see a lot of variety. And to prove that point, I'm gonna run a community poll to see what everyone's favorite bow is on Eisendrache. And then I think a few weeks later, I'll run a poll for everyone's favorite staff. So check the community tab to see what everyone's favorite is. I guarantee there's going to be a huge disproportionate amount of people picking the lightning bow. And I can almost guarantee that the ice staff is going to be most people's favorite, at least here on YouTube, because it tends to be more of the hardcore audience. But it's not going to be nearly the same amount of people picking lightning bow over every other option, because the lightning bow, like, it's built different. At some point I opened this door somehow, which should kill this strategy, but like I'm still making it kind of work on round 37. Like that tells you just how good this bow is. It's ridiculous. So I think what I'll probably end up doing is building the lightning and the wolf bow. And when the lightning bow is out of ammo and I don't have an alchemical, I'll just train in the courtyard with the wolf bow. Or maybe I won't build a second bow at all because quite honestly, I'm not entirely sure I need one. And I hate that all of my Days Later videos boil down to talking about Prestige Master, but I think the biggest problem I had with the lightning bow and the Eisendrache in that video is simply that I played it after Moon, and I was so salty and jaded after Moon that I think it carried over into Horizon. I still don't love how this bow behaves and reacts, but I think having a bit more of a level head and not being so pissed after playing Moon in that video would have done me a lot of good. Also, what would have done me a lot of good is trying less hard to conserve ammo and not doing things like jumping through like this to try and hoard them up even more. I read so many comments in that video going, "Oh my god, why are you doing this?" and jumping into zombies as if I can see them spawning out of here, but the point still stands and it's still correct. I was thinking so far ahead, like, oh my god, I need to have my alchemical and my gobblegum cycle ready for round 90 when I start running low on lightning bow ammo. I need to be able to run over to the gobblegum machine and immediately get an alchem, and like, I was never running low on ammo at any point through rounds 70, 80, It was not an issue at all. I way overthought it. I thought I had planets and galaxies swirling around my massive brain as I was going down and throwing controllers. So if you left a comment saying, hey, why the fuck are you jumping into zombies on that video? I read it. I'm asking the same question. But hey, we hit round 40. That's pretty cool. Honestly, I thought we'd end the video after testing all the bows because I opened that door somehow. But we've had such good luck camping in that little spot that I think I'm just gonna keep going to round 50 like I originally planned on doing. You know, I said I don't like making these videos talking about Prestige Master, but I am gonna do it one more time. I did get a few comments on that Prestige Master video thinking that I hate Der Eisendrache. Let me make it very clear. I don't think Der Eisendrache is a bad map at all. I don't think the lightning bow is a bad bow, despite my frustrations with it. I don't know if I would say Der Eisendrache is a top 5 map anymore, but it's certainly not a bad map. My only real complaint with Der Eisendrache is that it doesn't stand out in any real particular way. And I don't mean that negatively, but I mean that it feels kind of vanilla. My feelings on Der Eisendrache are very similar to how a lot of people feel about Kino, where a lot of people feel that Kino is an inferior version of Der Riese. I kind of feel like this is a less good version of Origins. And I don't even feel like good is the right word to describe this because it's not better or worse, it's just different. I think the similarities between Der Eisen and Kino is that both maps aren't trying to innovate the formula, but iterate on the established formula. In Der Eisen's case, it's iterating on Origins. In Kino der Toten's case, it's iterating on Der Riese. And both of them iterate well on the prior maps. It's just that when you play as much zombies as I do and try and push the game in creative ways like I try and do in my videos, you start to try and look for the new thing every time. It's like falling in love with a band's B-sides after listening to all their big hits. Like, I'm a big Black Sabbath fan, but if I hear Paranoid one more time, I'm going to fucking kill someone. That doesn't mean I dislike the song, it's just that I've seen it a billion times. I've heard it a billion times. Most of them against my will. I'm looking at you every sporting event to ever exist. Find a new song. That doesn't mean I dislike Black Sabbath, it just means I'd rather you put on Master of Reality than play Paranoid for the 1 billionth time. When it comes to zombies, especially at this stage, I'm looking for something a little bit more bold, a little bit more unique. Even if it falls flat on its face, I will appreciate the effort you put into trying something new more than I will, okay, we've iterated on this formula 5 times and now we finally feel like we got it right. It's part of the reason that despite Mauer der Toten being probably the best map in Cold War, it's also probably my least favorite of the bunch, because despite Mauer being a good map, it just kind of feels like D Machine again. But that push for making zombies something bold again is part of the reason I do like Modern Warfare Zombies. That game has so many problems, but... Oh, I finally died. That was our first down of the game. Nice. What weapon did I lose? Oh, I lost the RPK. RIP. But even though Modern Warfare Zombies has a ton of problems, and while I wouldn't want to see Treyarch try it again, at least not without the resources to make round-based what it was back in Black Ops 2, 3, and 4, I just like that with Modern Warfare Zombies, they had a vision for this entirely new PvE extraction shooter, which as far as I'm aware is not a genre of game that exists. I'm pretty sure every extraction shooter, at least all of them that I'm aware of, are PvP. I'm not an extraction shooter guy, so comments correct me if I'm wrong, but they had a vision for something completely different and said, fuck it, we're going for it. It's why I'm also a big fan of maps like Zetsubo, which are completely different to everything we've seen prior. And while that map does have its issues, and while a lot of people don't like it, it's so out there and different that I love it. There's no map like Zetsubo in this entire series. There's no mode like Modern Warfare Zombies in this entire series. But with Der Eisen, it feels like we just saw this like 2 maps ago, and it's here again because it worked so well the first time. We did it again. I'm not even gonna buy any other perks. We're just gonna lightning bow our way to round 50. What I'm really worried about is that they're not gonna try and go for something bold and just iterate on Cold War again, which as a game in isolation will probably be fine, but if we just keep seeing the same thing with the same systems over and over again, I don't know. Cold War is one of my favorites, but it got old pretty quickly. honestly. Anyway, we're on round 47. You know, I think what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna swap out the lightning bow, and we'll go back to showcasing the other 3 bows for the final 3 rounds, because the last little while has been the lightning bow show. Let's see how these guys do towards round 50. We already did a bit of training in the courtyard, so I am going to run up here, and we'll train over here. And you know, while we're over here, hello stamina up, my beloved. We'll just walk our way out of here. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is not fine. I'm dead. It's fine. Now listen, I'm not saying the magma bow is bad, or the fire bow is bad. I don't know what we call this thing, but I dropped the lightning bow for you and immediately died. Now, was that my own fault for training poorly with stamina up? Perhaps. Could I have gotten out of that very easily with the lightning bow? Also, yes, and I never picked up the Ragnaroks. I didn't even notice. Hi. I'm pretty sure I drank Quick Revive there, but okay. Well, I guess we're not gonna show off those other bows after all, because, you know, maybe there's just nothing to show off there. Maybe you don't want to see it. The life lesson in this video wasn't about being kind to people or doing what you find fun without worrying about what other people think. The life lesson is use the lightning bow. Just use the lightning bow.